Women in motorsport, that's a subject that we could talk about for hours, but here's a young girl who's in motorsport, and she's been pretty hard to beat today. All right, there was a technicality that spoilt your first heat, which you blitzed. You blitzed the second heat. You obviously like Rowrah. Bella Fairclough is her name, by the way. Keep that one in your hat. You obviously like Rowrah, Bella.
Yeah, we went here for a test day a couple of weeks back. Just getting used to the track, 'cause we haven't been here in ages since Honda's, so it's quite a relief when I got onto the track and saw my pace against all the other karters. So I'm setting some good pace today. I'm really happy with how the heats went. You
were setting some very good pace. I mean, is it the nature of Rowrah, because it's heavy braking into those, those tight hairpins? Is that something that you think you've got the edge on?
Yeah, it's quite a nice track because there's some parts where they're fast and flowing, which I really enjoy going fast through those corners. And I like the heavy braking zones. I feel like I'm really comfortable overtaking there. And just overall, the scenery is really nice as well, which kind of pushes me on as well. Yeah. But yeah, it used to be one of my worst tracks, but ever since I've gone into juniors, it's actually become one of my favourites, which is really good.
So when you moved into the junior kart, which is a lot more grip, it's a bit quicker, that sort of just clicked, did it?
Yeah, I mean, like, it's so much faster on the straights now. And it's just, before in the Hondas, it was quite slow. It took forever going down the straights, so I guess speeds helped me go through the track a lot more as well.
Yeah. Now that I've got you here, Bella, we talk about women in motorsport, and I was just asked a question quite recently. I was at Le Mans actually about what is stopping women being successful in motorsport, and there are all sorts of theories where I'm going to put to you, right? And give me your honest opinion, because here you are, a girl who is competing with boys and winning, right? So you're on a level playing field. So there's no reason why girls can't do well, certainly in karting.
Yeah, I mean, it's obviously easier in karting because it's not as expensive as well. But I've hardly seen. There's only like 2 or 3 girls on every grid, and it's quite heartbreaking to see because, you can start indoor karting. It's really easy as long as it's what you want to do. You love it. You enjoy it. You've got the. You don't even have to have family experience as long as you want to be good at it and you want to push forward and everything. Because I got through this into indoor karting ages ago, and I've just loved it ever since.
Yeah.
But it's quite a change going from karts to cars and single seaters. So maybe it's just a bit daunting for some people, but. Yeah, as I'm going into my teenage years now, and we were thinking of doing F4, British F4 and stuff, because it's quite it's easy to get into F4 as long as you know the right people, but it's unfortunate that some people don't have those connections. Yeah. I guess they just need to be put themselves out there.
Can I ask you about the physicality of the kart? You mentioned there being in a cadet, and usually, from my experience, young girls, when they move up to the junior category and then the senior Rotax category, the grip level and the physicality of the kart is what kind of stifles them. But you're proving that not to be the case at all. And you haven't exactly got a lot of shoulders on you, have you?
Yeah. I mean, I go to the gym often, but it's...
How often?
I kind of sort of have a home gym at the moment, like just doing cardio and everything, but I do usually go to the gym about 2 to 3 times a week, which obviously helps with the G-force going around the corners.
Yeah, because that's what I mean by physicality. Yeah. The G-force increases, certainly from your junior kart back to when you were in a cadet.
Yeah, but you don't need to be as strong as you think. Like, as long as, seat time in the kart helps just mentally and physically, because you're getting used to the conditions. Your muscles just build muscle memory. Right. But obviously I haven't been into senior or cars yet, so I don't know how different that will be. But in karting at the moment, I'm finding it okay at this time. Yeah. Let's
bring in Amelie here, who's another girl, female, competing here at the Kart Championship. Amelie, you're in junior primo, right? You're in junior Rotax, so you're in the 12 to 14-year-old category, Bella. You are obviously older than 14, Amelie, yeah?
Yeah, well, I'm 15 in 2 weeks.
Right,
so.
okay, right. So, we've just been talking about females in motorsport, and here you two guys are, guys, I use that in the general term, you know what I mean, but you're competing on a level playing field. Do you even think about, I'm competing with boys out there?
I think it definitely seems to come up. Sometimes the boys seem to notice more than we do, but it's kind of, I think it's become a normal that there's going to be more boys at the moment in motorsports than girls, so you're going to come across boys wherever you go in motorsport at the moment. So.
Yeah, but that doesn't put you off at all, does it?
No, I don't think so. It doesn't seem to make a huge impact, so.
Yeah. What exactly is it about racing, about motorsport, that attracts you as a girl? Why are, some people who are perhaps a little bit narrow-minded would be thinking, why aren't you riding a pony? What would you say to that?
I think it's just everyone has a sport they love, and this is my one. It's just I've always been interested in motorsport since I was like 4, so I've kind of grown up watching it on the telly, and I love it too much to go and do anything else.
Now, everybody just get this in here, please. What's wrong with that wrist there?
So about 5 years ago, I got tendinitis. So I've been driving with it and it kind of flares up every so often. So it's currently being a bit painful at the moment.
So I would imagine racing a kart is great for that, isn't it?
Yeah, lovely. It's definitely. It's definitely a little bit painful at the moment, but yeah, we're getting through it.
So do you guys have a female racing celebrity, a racing driver, a female racing driver that you kind of look up to that from the past, perhaps?
Definitely. Like Jess Hawkins has always been one. Obviously, she's recently been into F1, an F1 car with Aston Martin. But like even when she was just racing normal cars, I mean, I think she's just been a real celebrity for me because she's pushed through all of the criticism and everything that she's been pushed at her, and she's gotten really far, and she's doing what she loves, which is really inspiring.
Yeah, brilliant. And you, Emily, have you got anybody?
To be honest, I was also going to say Jessica Hawkins.
Right.
But I think another person that I quite have looked up to, unfortunately, she passed away from cancer 2 or 3 years ago, but Sabine Schmidt was the fastest woman around the Nürburgring, and the fact that she won, I think, I looked up the other day, I think she won it in the 24 hours of the Nürburgring in 1996 and 1997.
I've got a career in motorsport commentary for you when you're with that sort of anorak sort of detail.
Yeah, it's definitely an interest for me, but the fact that she was so good, and the fact that she also was on TV quite a bit talking about it, so the fact that she was there is definitely a huge inspiration as well.
Great stuff. I'm hoping that when this programme goes out, that you guys, again, the general term, guys, will be an inspiration to girls out there who are thinking about taking up karting and taking up motorsport, but are kind of put off. What would you say? I'll start with you first, Bella. What would you say to any girls out there in watching the live stream about, why not? Why would you say, yes, come along, join in? Because it's a level playing field, as you're proving.
I mean, there's so many. Obviously, it's definitely improved everyone around here has obviously gotten into their heads that, it's okay for a girl to race. It's not out of the normal. It's kind of got a bit normal now. Obviously, there still isn't that many people on the track that are girls, but I just think, you need to put yourself out there, and it's never as bad as you think. Try it. If you love it, then that's great. If you don't, then that's always fine. You can always go back to what you're normally doing, but it is really enjoyable going around tracks and racing cars.
What would you say to everybody out there who wants to join in?
I think I'd probably say that don't let the fact that it's seen as a male-dominated sport at the moment put you off. It's definitely a level playing field, and it's a huge amount of fun. We have a lot of fun here, and I think, yes, again, as Bella said, if it's not your cup of tea, it won't be, but it's worth giving it a try and seeing how far you get.